So if I were to ask you to come up with one word to describe your pandemic lockdown experience, what would it be? Restless, maybe? Isolated? Bored or boring? Well, for the guest you're going to meet next, it was numb. This is the beginning of a film by Liv McNeil, who's a student now in grade 10 at the Etobicoke School of Arts. Her film is called Numb. It was a school project for the end of last year, but it has developed and taken on a life of its own. Critical acclaim, it's gone viral, and it's brought her to our attention. So we are absolutely delighted to say good morning to Liv McNeil at home in Toronto before she gets set to go back to school. Hi, and welcome to our program, Liv.
Hi, thank you. Good morning.
And congratulations to you on this film. It's fantastic.
Thank you so much. I'm glad you like it.
You captured everything, or so much, in 3 minutes and 22 seconds. Let me tell you, I just mentioned to everybody this started as a school project for you last year. But what did you, when they said do something, what did you decide you wanted to examine on the pandemic with your project?
Well, my mind didn't immediately go towards pandemic art. I knew I wanted to do more of like my passion project to kind of end off the year, but then I thought that it would good to be make quarantine art because I've already been making a lot of art in quarantine, specifically how isolation affects our mental health.
Isolation affects mental health, and in your case,
yes.
What effect did it have?
I guess it was just really numb. I guess I don't know how to explain it. I just would sit in my room all day doing online school, and it was the same thing every day, and it was super draining and exhausting.
And it left you numb. Perfect way to sum it up. Let's look at some of the scenes together because, I'm not sure if you can see it, but I'm going to show some. So it begins with you looking over at the wall, photos of friends, mementos from camp. These are things you're feeling nostalgic about. Is that right, Liv?
Yeah, it's supposed to be like in the film, I'm looking at all the stuff on my wall and kind of missing the life I used to have. And then I turn around and I go right back into my online school little corner.
Sitting on the bed, doing your lessons day after day after day. How did you find the whole online experience?
It was really difficult. It was super hard getting used to like not seeing my friends. It's like they took school and then took off the good part of it. I just, and it wasn't so much like Zoom classes, it was kind of just homework that there was a lot of, and that was difficult.
And we're seeing it right now in your scenes. It totally conveys that. And then it gets to sort of the culmination of this, and I want to stop and pause for some so we can hear a little bit about how this builds. And then I need to find out how you made this part of the film. Okay, so here's the big build. We'll pause and then we'll talk about it in just a second, Liv. Okay, let's watch. Same spot, same computer, same bed, different clothes. Tell me about how did you make this? This is extraordinary.
Thank you. How specifically I made the end part?
Yeah, how many cuts did you have to make, for example, to get all of this?
Well, it looks like a lot, but it's actually only just 13 different costume changes and like surrounding changes. But it was a bit of a complicated ordeal. I had my ladder, like a climbing ladder, set up at the end of my bed.
Yes.
And then I put my camera on it, and I filmed me like acting to the music, and I played the song on my computer so it was like in time. And then I looked back the footage and copied my movements, and then in editing I just cut it and lined up, and that was tedious.
Well, how tedious? I read that it was like nearly 500 different little clips. Is that right?
Yeah. I think it was around there because each clip was a millisecond. I had to just stack them up.
That is just amazing. But as it's changing, as the days are going on, obviously, it just ends in this big scream. What are you trying to capture with that at the end?
I guess just kind of like letting go throughout the thing, you see, like, I'm like freaking out, and then finally I'm kind of just, I don't know, just like the big silent scream. And I guess the silent scream aspect of it also kind of relates to quarantine, because you're alone and you're kind of suffering, but like everyone else is also suffering, but in their own different sections, so it's not like you have anyone to suffer with, so that's why it's the silent scream. I don't know if that makes any sense.
It makes perfect sense. And I think it captures what a lot of people are thinking or have experienced, similar to you, as you say. So that was then. Yesterday, you had your very first day off the bed, away from those computer lessons. You were actually back in school. How did it go?
It was pretty good. A little bit uneventful, anticlimactic, but I mean, it was really good to be back in physical school. Like, actually to step in the building, it was so nice to see the teachers and all the classrooms and my friends. But how they're doing it is we just have one class each day, but it's 4 hours long. So we kind of just sit in the same classroom, but it's still worth it. And then we get to go outside and kind of take off our masks and have a little break and then go back inside, because we do have our masks on the whole time.
You do. 4 hours without moving. That's numb of a different kind. So is this giving you any inspiration for something, for another project? Like, because it is a bit of a return to normal routine, a little bit of return to normal life. Would you think about doing something similar, another short?
Possibly, yeah. It could be cool to do like a little sequel. Now that I am back in school, I will for sure do a lot more projects.
I'm sure. Well, we'll be looking forward to them. Sarah Pauly, one of Canada's finest in your genre. She thought your film was just brilliant and captured everything so well, so succinctly. What did you think of getting praise from someone of her caliber?
That was really crazy. We thought she was a troll on my Instagram comments originally.
No way.
But then, yeah, we ended up hearing from my parents' friends that she really did post about me on her, like, confirmed Twitter, and that was super cool. Then we kind of went back and forth in the Twitter replies for a little bit.
Oh, that's wonderful. Well, I'm sure she'll be watching your career, as we will too. Liv, listen, best of luck back at school, for real. Thank you for showing us your film and for telling us about it. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you so much.
Liv McNeil.
All right.
Let's see a little bit more of Numb.